most masterful snipers out there. But of course, Buriram cannot get too excited just yet. But Twisted Minds did force their way through with the purchases earlier, which means there's a high probability they just don't have enough resources for this third round.
Well, maybe they don't need the resources. Maybe it comes down to skill, you know, and already jumping the Bass. They want to claim that cyber airdrop and already looking to go for that very, very strong push into Buriram. And look at the health bars, the difference between the two. Wasana, Moshi already below half health. Jump is dropping quite low, same as the Bass, but the smoke screen is absolutely not helping. And now the health bars on such Twisted Minds. The health is waiting. Cougar is on the ground. Get High trying to get behind the Wasana. Going to be the next play to hit the ground. The Scythe coming into play. Get High wanting to take the round himself. He says, you thought you had fun with the Scythe. It is my turn.
The best just not having it at this point, but nothing he can do. He let out Zenzi, the final one, shut down. But of course, I expected that to happen. But valiant effort by Twisted Minds. They wanted to play for the cyber airdrop. They knew that they will be able to get a level 3 gun out of it. And they wanted to just bet everything on that move. Obviously, I understand where they're coming from since they just really didn't have the kind of money to do anything in that round through their weapons. But of course, that kind of got burnt down instantly with Buriram fully decked out. And on top of that, they do get the first cyber point for themselves as well. But this is where I'm going to start expecting a comeback from Twisted Minds.
Look, if this comeback does not happen now, it might happen a little bit too late because you're 3 games behind. So Twisted Minds, if they have something up their sleeve, it's time to whip it out. Asana and Moshi not looking too happy themselves. They will be able to heal back up though. And Cougar shot down by Moshi. Already down a player. The Bass dropping very low as well. Jumping into a gunfight. Will be gunned down by Wasana. And it might just be a GG here, AJ.
Yeah, I
Jump and Zenzi. Last 2 players standing. I mean, they can probably just grab as much as they can, right?
Yeah.
Try and grab a elimination. Probably not going to win the round unless they pull magic out of the Magician's hat, which I don't think they have a Magician's hat this round. Oh boy.
I think the valiant dash by the Bass earlier is really not the right timing. He didn't really have much information before he played it, and Wasana, what a beautiful jump, a round jump himself. Zenzi is just going to get cornered, flanked out by 3 players at the same time, and it's round 4 for Buriram. And this is what I expected actually out of game number 1.
Okay, here's the concern here, AJ. This is either going to be a 60 or Twisted Minds will find that ray of light, that ray of sunshine, the light at the end of the tunnel, starting from round 5. Because if they don't start now, I think this set is basically over. They'll just have too much of a deficit against Buriram to be able to just mount that comeback. It's going to be a marathon. If they can somehow claw their way back to victory to force a 2-0. So Twisted Minds split up. Also realizing that they are at a very big disadvantage. They have to sort of play very aggressively here and get High. Caught by Cougar. That is step 1 of this 3-step plan. If they can find another one, the glue ball, they're kicking in at just the right second. So Wasana not able to get the pick off there. Still fighting into... Zenzi! Zenzi's clipped Wasana. Forcing only Moshi and Jonah to pick up the pieces. Cougar, though, will be picked off by Moshi. So 3 players left standing on the side of Twisted Mind. It's not over yet. It's Moshi and Jonah. You have to show these 2 players the respect that they deserve. It doesn't matter if there's a player disadvantage. Moshi, under half health. He's hiding, trying to heal up. Jonah, though, not going to survive as the Bass cuts him down. And Twisted Minds ready for round 6.
Yeah, Zenzi
they just need to finish off Moshi. Yep.
Zenzi knowing exactly where to find him. And Moshi finding Zenzi first. Has an opportunity to turn things around here. Going clutch. But doesn't have any health on him. Has the med kit, but just no time to patch himself up and jump. Finds him in a tremendous round for him. There's so much of pressure and distraction jump through in there. Pretty much the reason why Zenzi got the tag onto Asana.
So Twisted Mind showing signs of life, but this is only the beginning. They still have a very long way to go to even equalize and, goodness, even take over Buriram United. They have to win 4 games back to back if they want to force a match point for themselves. So Hopefully, this is just the beginning of their comeback plan. They need to win this game. Otherwise, Buram themselves will be put at match point, and we could be looking at that game number 3. So look at this angle of approach from Twisted Minds, really spreading out, trying to find their angle of approach. And Buram actually quite grouped up as a team, so looking to play quite defensive and sort of defend their way to victory.
Best with the VSK up to that second floor. One more level above him should be able to get him a little bit of a vantage point. Great blue wall to block off Wasana's entry.
Get high! Caught by jump! He's on the ground and his teammates are not nearby either. So now Moshi, oh, he gets a bit of a tap there. Looks like the Bass has been caught as well. Get high will be eliminated. So all of a sudden, we're down to 3 players, and looks like Wasana is in a fight by himself as well. Stuck on the low ground, multiple angles. Kruger is going to be the one to finish him off alongside Zensi. It's a 2 versus 1 down there. And that's Moshi and Jonah again, AJ.
This is the kind of comeback you want to see out of Twisted Minds. Moshi does manage to find a tag, but exposes his spot as well. Foot found. What a tag by the Bass, and Zenzi will not miss an opportunity like that. And they do manage to pull one more back in here. Buriram United Esports, if they want to wrap things up, they better do it now, because Twisted Minds is looking for a 2-0 on your 2-time world champs.
And every round that Twisted Minds wins, their economy grows. Their savings just increases exponentially, and they're just going to be decked out very, very soon. And I'd be worried if I was Buram, because if you are struggling to deal with them now, it's not going to get any easier as they have access to more and more utilities. Now, this is Gravlabs. This could be the map that sort of saves Buram and gets them that point to cross them over to the match point line. But also, I think Twisted Minds also know that they're in a bit of a weird spot too. Oh, get high. Very, very low. And the Bass gets him. Gets him with the melee as well. But Zensi also going to be hitting the floor. Jonah, though, has also been caught. Moshi catching out Kruger. Oh, no. Okay, Buram, they're not out of this yet. Moshi going to be snapped up by the Bass. Does not fully connect, though. Moshi very like, oh! Just zones out at the last second. Thanks to his mannequin and the Bass. He has to be the one to save his team. Jump and Zensi still on the ground. He does pick up Jump. I think Zensi... Oh, Jump has been caught again, though, by Jonah. They're not going to let him have his teammates back.
Oh, beautifully done here. And Zenzi's not going to stand a chance to be picked up. The best valiant effort initially, but the situation turned around, all thanks to Moshi and the brilliant play with the Sentino. One of the best Sentino users right here in Moshi. That's how you use him.
And that's also one of the reasons why you do not allow a team to put their sniper on Santino, because trying to go for that sniper kill, it's not easy when they have access to that level of mobility.
Yeah.
So Twisted Minds, they looked really good in those previous 2 rounds, but now Buram picking up that win puts them at match point to win the entire round and force a full-on game number 3 of this best of 3 series. Our first full 3 game if they're able to cross that finish line. Whoa, look at those shots though. Already flying at Twisted Minds. Already Kruger at half health and Jump, already taking a little bit of damage there. So you can see Buram, they want to end this now.
They sure as
Kruger.
hell want to. What a shot by
Kruger.
Moshi. The Bass looking for the backstab. Moshi making sure he gets taken out of the equation. Zenzi in a sticky situation here. Bass catching up with him. And get high with the
Jonah.
smoke. Gets away in the thick of the action against the Bass. Already tagged up, and the M590 finds him. Get high, gets his revenge. Not with a melee though.
Still have Zensi and the Jump holding the fort here. Get high hits the floor, so it's going to be 2 versus 2, but Buram looking very healthy here as Zensi gets cut down by Wasana. It's a 1-for-1 though, so now it's going to be Moshi versus Jump. But Moshi, can he get in a position to pick up his teammate? Wasana is on the
Nicely
ground.
done.
Oh, there we go. Twisted Minds get their 3rd win, and Buram still stuck at match point. So the game's not over yet, but oh boy, that round was very, very close, AJ.
Yeah, and of course, Jump kind of anticipating the flank around from Moshi, because obviously he could not take a straightforward pathing in here because of the position where Wasana was crawling around. And Jump just had the presence of mind And of course, managing to pick up his buddy in the right amount of time before he could go in for that spray to still keep Twisted Minds alive and hold Buriram to this match point. But we need 3 rounds in a row from Twisted Minds against Buriram. Is that even a possibility, Bass? Very smart with the Steffi usage early on as he moves on down towards the middle of the map. What a nasty shot.
Oh, wow. What a shot already. Putting Twisted Minds at a numbers disadvantage. And he's going to keep on sniping from that rooftop. Going to try and go for another one. Oh, there's Bass. There he goes. And that's it. Buriram says, okay, guys, fun is over. We are taking this game. We're going to game number 3. We are not ready to be eliminated.
Can we see more VSK action from Wasana, please? Because that was that was just way too good. I mean, man wasn't just hitting the VSK quick aims, but also with the jump shots. Now he's thinking that he's got the iris. He doesn't. He's not gonna be able to do much. But with the shoulder boost, one jump shot should be able to put this to an end. Zenzi right up on top. Sana with the teaser, get high, trying to scratch and claw his way up as well. And what a tag by Jonah the moment he arrived.
Oh man, Zenzi. Still so low, still so cautious. He will heal himself back up. It would be crazy if somehow Zenzi by himself is able to bring this game back. Should not happen against 3 players, but anything could happen in a game of Clash Squad.
I mean,
Zenzi back to healing again.
It's just a matter of time before the circle kind of forces him off.
He just needs a one tap. He just needs a one tap. Just anybody, just one tap somebody, please.
Oi.
Zenzi.
Well, he one tapped him.
There's Jonah. Okay, Jonah's gonna go for the pickup onto Wasana. Get high's got one jump.
La.
There goes Get High. Oh, Jonah's still there. Zenzi! Zenzi did it! He did it! Zenzi!
3 headshots in a row, doing the impossible.
Oh my gosh!
My God! And I told you, this guy doesn't use the iris at all. My goodness, what a play!
Jeez! Oh my gosh! I did not think it was possible.
If they lose this booty round, it would be that round that broke them. Twisted Minds, 2 rounds away from not just making a comeback, but ending the run of Buriram in this Clash Squad competition.
Buriram need to start choreographing the movie Zenzi Must Die, because after what happened, he must not live in this game. They need to win this. Otherwise, it's going to be match point for both teams. And I don't know if Buriram can take that mentally, because that round was just so absurd. So Twisted Minds reinvigorated after Zenzi's masterful play on round 9. The shots are there. Zenzi dropping quite low himself, but Get High is going to be the one to lose that matchup. And oh my gosh, are we witnessing the downfall of Buriram? Cougar goes down, but Wasana is the next one to fall as well, leaving Moshi and Jonah again. And we've seen every single time, if it's Moshi and Jonah left, they normally, unfortunately, lose this matchup. There goes Moshi, and it's just Jonah again, all on his own.
Welcome to round 11, says Twisted Minds. And Twisted Minds will bring themselves to series point after holding Buriram here for the longest of time. Bye-bye, says Zenzi, the guy who clutched it out in the 1v3. Sure has held the MVP in this game. If, of course, they walk away with the victory in this next round. Max money, everybody's got it, but Twisted Minds got the Cyber Airdrop store on their side to give them that extra edge. The level 4 vest, now it comes out to play.
It comes down to this, AJ. And we thought at first it was Twisted Minds stuck in a room with Buriram, but I think it's now the opposite. Buriram is stuck in a room with Twisted Minds. Round 11, match point winner of this round will take the round. And if it's Twisted Minds, they will end Buriram's run in a 2-0 fashion. And already the Bass, he is being swarmed. As we do see a couple of players here from Buriram looking to advance. Wasana is there, ready to go. He just needs anything. He needs to see a body. He needs to see something. And even Moshi sending in the mannequin too. So there could be 3 players here if they need the support of Moshi. This is such a scary moment, but we do have Cougar standing around as well, so it could be a 3 versus 3 on the spot. Zensi standing quite far away from the team as well. Wasana playing on that top floor, trying to look down, but so far just not finding the angle.
The level 4 West, how much does it contribute in this fight, Bass? Smart crouch there. Could have been a quick walk pass by the players on the side of Buriram. Get high, gonna get caught with his pants down. And Cougar finding him the M590 jump. Needs one more onto Wasana, but the protection by Mochi. Jonah and Mochi getting it done from the ground, and Buriram stays alive.
Ah, that was such a tense round. It was a case of who made the first move, who was able to get the first drop, and thank goodness for Buriram they were able to pull it out in that game, because we get a game 3. Their tournament life is still in the running, and Twisted Minds don't run away in a 2-0 fashion. After what happens with Zensi, that play by Zensi, I kind of feel really messed with Buriram coming into round 10, because that just should not have ever happened.
I mean, no, this one should have ended a little bit earlier. Buriram kind of got a little overzealous in the previous round, got capped. And you would think that, of course, their synergy was broken, probably some infighting in the squad, but none of that. You saw the serious focused faces on the side of the Buriram players, and they just wanted to get this done. But the catch on to get high, I thought, was the breaking point. You know, you've got one of your front runners being taken out very early, but the mistake here was, I think, the opposite happened, right? Twisted Minds, they allowed their own confidence to become a little bit overconfident. They were out in the open. They did not expect a double snipe setup on the side of Buriram. Jonah picking one up as well, and it was just a shooting squad on the side of Buriram that managed to find the tags. And it was the game of the snipers here on both sides, I have to say. 12 eliminations, 6,493 deaths. What?
It's that kind of game, AJ. It was long, it was tedious, and Mershi, we have to remember as well, Mershi was playing on, he was playing on, did he really play Clear? Am I looking at the wrong one? He plays Santino. Yeah,
Santino.
Sorry, I had the wrong stats. He plays Santino. He was playing as an active sniper for the team. So this number on Mershi, I absolutely anticipated this, because I think after the first round, I think the team realized that Moshi was not going to be able to play that very classic, just sniper staying in the distance kind of role. So as soon as he got the Santino, the team said, okay, Moshi, you need to be actively moving with our rushes. That's what he did. And just, I feel like if Moshi didn't dish out all this damage, they would not have been able to grab the necessary eliminations on a lot of those Twisted Mind players. So Moshi, he might be MVP, but ultimately it was a necessary evil for Moshi to pop off for Buriram to even take this set, because it was far too close.
Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed, it was far too close. But Twisted Minds have allowed Buriram to stay alive in this fight, initially beating them down 6-3 on the Kalahari, allowing Buriram to run away with it initially, and then with a phenomenal comeback, and Zensi with a 1v3 that was unexpected by everybody. Even I think the rest of Twisted Minds was surprised he got that one. But of course, towards the end, Buriram still managing to find some way to survive. Look at him, he's rubbing his heart. He's like, I got a heart attack, you boys.
I know. That was a heart attack of a match, if I ever said so. But, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to a game number 3, we are flying into Bermuda to end this series. And, I mean, everybody knows how to play Bermuda, but I think in particular, Buriram really know how to handle this map. So my question now is, can Twisted Mind handle Buriram on Bermuda? Because yes, okay, Buriram looked like they got manhandled in a couple of the rounds that we previously just saw. Maybe just a few, but I don't feel...
No.
No.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. But whilst that is happening, where am I getting rid of the Oscar? So they're giving... Okay, Cassie first pick for Twisted Minds, because that means Chrono could be first picked by Buriram if they really want it, which... Buriram play Chrono, don't they?
Yeah, Buriram
Would they
definitely
prefer
plays Chrono,
Tatsuya?
but not all the time.
Zane?
It's not the prime pick for them. Flu Tatsuya definitely should be their prime pick. They could just pull that Zane away because they don't want the extra layer of defense on the Twisted Minds players. So it's a very smart ban phase coming through here from the side of Buriram. And initially with the Oscar, they are literally gunning down on the Bass, acknowledging him as a very powerful player, and also taking the nerf on Zenzi. They are sick and tired of Zenzi using this high risk to get the best of them here. Not the next round, they say. Because Zenzi could double down for the Skylar pick.
Yeah, they could. I will add on to here though. Twisted Minds, okay. They know Chrono was let through, but instead they're stealing away Wasana's Tatsuya.
Nice.
So I love the Coda. They did need the vision. Tatsuya steal, great. So now, what does that leave for Buriram? Because now Wasana's going to have to play something else. He's not going to have access to Tatsuya.
Oh. Okay, all right. One of the rare walk-ins here, the Ignis, paired up with the constant Flu on the side of Buriram. They are getting creative with this draft, for sure. Buriram is pulling out something that they have not shown us yet in the competition. I think we need to pay attention.
Yes, I do agree. Last pick for Twisted Minds. You've already got Tatsuya Coda, and there's the Skylar. Okay, so they say, alright, we have ways to break through your blue walls, but does Buriram even need blue walls?
Yeah, they definitely need blue walls.
Okay, thank you.
But of course, the Skylar is going to make sure that it takes it out instantaneously out down the battlefield. But of course, Buriram could just opt to play very defensive sort of a basic, because we are getting into Bermuda, and you do have quite a bit of compound assistance when it comes to some of these natural defenses that's already provided by the map. So yes, the Skylar will be effective only in certain conditions, right? So as far as Buriram is concerned, I think they're very happy with this draft. And pulling that Zane away from Twisted Minds is just that extra layer of pressure that they can play against them a little bit later on. You've got the Ignis to kind of block out a lot of their visual information. And then you've got the Clue on your side to get all of the info that you require off of them. And of course, it's not like Twisted Minds will be running into this one blind. They've got the code on their side.
Yeah, so they got the Coda. I also want to mention for Buriram, they don't have a natural side quester, a assassin that goes on those side missions to try and go for the backstabs onto Zenzi. So I do suspect Zenzi to have a free game unless Moshi's role is to just hunt Zenzi, which is a very possibility, because we do see that in a lot of those sniper versus sniper matchups.
Yeah.
So keen to see where Moshi's priority is going to be, if the team has allocated him to being the Zenzi assassin, or if he's going to just sort of be there and provide cover fire for Wasana and get high as they hold the fort up against this crazy combo of the Bass and Jump, because we're looking at Tetsuya Cassie. This is a lineup that's going to want to get in your face. And aside from Wasana, that's really it on the side of Buriram that's going to be able to sort of stay toe-to-toe with the Cassie Tatsuya lineup. Like, get high, there's only so much that you're going to be able to do as that Ignis. Once they get on top of you, that is basically it. And once you have no flame barrage, you're a bit of a sitting duck too. So,
no doubt at all. I think perfect assessments there. But it's now, of course, down to the execution. Wasana, a little nervous with his own performance, but nothing a little bit of a prayer can't solve. And of course, a can of Red Bull that they need to crack open. They're psyching themselves up for a good reason here, Buriram, because Twisted Minds have been giving them a rough time out there on the battlefield, and they are not used to this.
They're not used to it, and I kind of feel like they're not used to playing up against a team that is confidently as aggressive as Twisted Minds is, because in a lot of the matches that we have seen Buriram play in, they're playing up against teams that play reactively, that would sort of play in anticipation of Buriram making the calls. But then our Twisted Minds, this is a team that is kind of forcing Buriram to be the ones to play reactively, which it's not a comfort style for Buriram at all. They love to play aggressive, and you can see Wasana trying to outpace them by kind of rushing at them whilst they're rushing at each other. So honestly, very interesting dynamic for both teams. In the case of this round, though, I have to say Twisted Minds, their lineup is looking much better at running into Buriram than it is Buriram into Twisted Minds. So with that in mind, like, I suspect Buriram to make a massive change in how this team plays, but how would you change up the play style to be ready to receive Twisted Minds? Because you're dealing with a Cassie, you have the Bass on Tatsuya, and we know how crazy the Bass can be as the rusher on this team. And then you also have to be wary of Cougar, where you could be busy trying to just jump in the Bass, but then Cougar comes in and he pops your head off too. So where are you going to be safest going up against this team? And look at that, right? Wasana, this one-man show against Twisted Minds, rushing out the whole team. Yeah,
that's not going to work out at all. Wasana might just get punished here with the play. Bass spots him.
Oh, Cougar's been spotted.
One grenade up to the top. Wasana still manages to catch the Bass as he tries to run away. Unbelievable. A little bit of a misplay there by the Bass, giving Wasana the advantage.
Yeah, big advantage. And I feel like he drew so much attention away from the rest of his team that Buriram was just able to punish the rest of the Twisted Minds lineup. So this one-man show might be what Buriram need to beat Twisted Minds. Just make them get very excited going after the Zane. So great stuff there for Buriram to already open with a round 1 victory. It's going to boost their economy, because ideally for Buriram now, they just run away with this set. 6-0, finish Twisted Minds on the spot. Don't give them a chance to potentially knock them out of the competition, because this is now officially a elimination match for both of these teams.
Yeah. And of course, this is a prime Jonah who's heated, looking for the eliminations, walking away with 3 in the previous round. And Bass has to be really careful here, as he is about to get outflanked by the Buriram players. Get high, awaiting his presence. Wasana finding one. And the double revolver is just giving them that extra layer of advantage.
1-1 so far, though. So jump for get high. Both teams still sitting on 3 players, but the Bass is incredibly low. So he's going to have to try and find an opportunity to heal himself back up, which is what is happening. Zenzi is isolated from the team, trying to go for a backstab onto either Wasana or vice versa. They do go into that 1v1, but Zenzi's going to lose it against Wasana, leaving Cougar and the Bass all on their own against a 3-man lineup here for Buriram. And that circle's getting smaller, so Cougar and the Bass, they're going to have to move soon. But where's that circle going to move? Could it maybe move in their favor?
And a 3v2, Twisted Minds definitely have to play this as silently as possible. But without Zenzi, it's not really much of a issue here. They didn't even have the sniper anyway. They lost that first round. Everyone depending on the M1917. And Twisted Minds is just going to be waiting this one out.
Oh, that is a Buriram circle if I ever saw one. So unfortunately for Twisted Minds, they're going to have to try and make their move. The Bass is on the low ground, pops his 2 glue walls to defend himself. Wasana does reposition though, leaving Cougar and the Bass. Oh, but the side snipes there by Wasana, catching him out. They will go for a trade, but who cares? Buriram takes round number 2.
Fantastically executed here by Buriram. Just a game of patience, not rushing. Like when they dropped the ball in the game 2. And this is exactly what we want to see out of them. But of course, Twisted Minds, they are now just biding their time, waiting to collect that money. But of course, not second-guessing themselves. Forcing their way through here on this 3rd round. Buriram's about to be caught by surprise if they are anticipating a slow approach from Buriram. And of course, Cyber Airdrop is going to be dragging both teams aggressively to the center.
We already have the original Flame Mirage being thrown out. There's the 2nd wave, and Wasana so far going to be camping out that spot. It's only the Bass there, though, up against Wasana. Going to go for the jump. Wasana, though, loses that 1v1. The Bass is going to take that one. So all of a sudden, no more Zane on the side of Buriram, and this might just leave the rest of the team exposed. Get high as there. He pops the Bass, though. That's a pretty big pick, but he loses half his health pool in exchange. But now I think the whole rest of the team will pay with their lives as Jonah, last man standing. And Twisted Minds will take round number 3. This is not the first time this team has had a bit of a slow start to this set and already showing off their prowess in round 3. And they will recover some decent money for winning this round too.
Yeah, perfectly done here. Perfectly executed by Twisted Minds. Not a round where they were very rich, but they made it work. And of course, the Bass delivering when he was most needed by the squad. And now Buriram United Esports. They did manage to sneak away the Cyber Point earlier, so in that factor, it was a decent win. Wasana not tagged up by the ice grenade. Bass, though, can't say the same. Still goes in for the approach here. Tagging up Wasana. And this time, the Deep Freeze will get the damage in. Almost taking out Wasana.
Yeah, they take out half of Wasana's health, and looks like the rest of the team will be able to protect him. Look at this glue wall city here, AJ. They will use the Riptide Rhythm to break down a few, but they didn't expose any of the Buriram players, so they're going to have to wait for that to come off cooldown. And now Buriram going to be the ones to play patient and maybe hope that Twisted Minds run into them. And Wasana back into his post, that front line to scout and check things out for the team. But it might come down to just where this circle ends up being once it gets small enough. Where does it rotate? Who's that circle going to give its advantage to? As both teams refuse to enter the fishing hut.
Well, this is just a standoff indeed by both sides. But I'm not looking to make a mistake. 3 level 3 SMGs on the side. Twisted Minds jump, and Bass gonna be really dangerous. They finally take the approach. The Bass!
Oh!
Truly the best in such a rush. And Twisted Minds overwhelming Buriram as they fight a team ace over them.
Team ace, 2 apiece, and that was a crazy successful angle coming out from Twisted Minds. The rush in from the Bass to get the pop-off onto Moshi and jump onto the low ground. Kruger on the high ground to basically shoot over those glue walls. Beautiful stuff there from Twisted Minds. They are thinking next level in that matchup. And all of a sudden, I think Buriram are now realizing this game is suddenly not going to be a cakewalk. This is going to be a battle till the death. And Twisted Minds, they're going to make Buriram feel very small if they're going to be able to take round number 5. Now, I still recall Buriram playing against WAG on this particular map, and they lost the original qualification slot here. So if Buriram want to win this, they can't get stuck playing with the elevation. Still playing on the low ground, though. Twisted Minds getting some critical damage, catching a Garena, and get high. Wasana trying to fight up against the Bass, but there's just too many glue walls, and from the back they get Wasana. And Moshi, last man standing, will be pipped off in just a second. And Twisted Minds, they now accumulate a 1-point lead over Buriram. As soon as they take out Moshi, this man does not want to go down.
Oh, the Bass is just literally the best. He is truly instrumental in the downfall of Buriram here. Just playing it so annoying, baiting out Wasana time and time again. Wasana just not able to find the finisher. And then everybody else is ganging up on Wasana, shutting them down. Initially, Zenzi finding Get High as well, making sure the Bass is not caught out. My goodness. Now, Twisted Minds, they have the lead in this final game.
They have their lead, but it's just one game. It's just 1 point, AJ. It can absolutely equalize. Buriram is able to win this round. Tie at 3 apiece. But the dream here for Twisted Minds, they start running away with the entire game from round 6 onwards. They're just trying to find that angle of approach. Can they catch someone? Can they clip anybody? And so far, Wasana not looking too healthy himself, trying to go after Zensi, it seems. Still trying to go for the rush. Zensi almost down, but a glue wall saving his life. In the backlines, though, Kruger has been picked off. Wasana is on the ground. Not quite knocked out as of yet, though. And Moshi looking to go for the pickup. Jonah is there hiding behind that glue wall. The Bass trying to go for that second pickoff.
Wow.
Moshi is still there. They do manage to catch him. But the Bass, is he going to get punished for it? Jump in the meantime, there has been caught. Wasana still on the ground. It's Jonah and Moshi against Zensi and the Bass. Oh no. This deadly matchup. And the Bass He's trying to find the shot, AJ.
They put a crossfire here. Buriram through Jonah and Moshi, but the Bass with the Tatsuya on their side. Zenzi, what a riptide with him. And Jonah, the distraction, clutches out the round. Captain Jonah making sure Twisted Minds doesn't run away with this, but the Bass, come on. He literally is so irritating out there to deal with. He just refuses to fall.
Man, this is such a tense matchup, but thank goodness Captain Jonah keeping the team together. It's 3 apiece, AJ. The lead is now officially gone. It could go either way here. But my, oh my, Twisted Minds. Yes, they lost that previous round, but they were so close to being able to take that set. They're making Buriram sweat bullets. Both of these teams are going to be a couple kilos lighter once this game is over, but my goodness. And again, back to their crazy shenanigans. The Bass opening things up here with Jump and Wasana and Get High. It's going to be up to them to create that space for their team. But look at this, Jonah looking to go for a very wide wraparound to try and catch Zenzi. But Zenzi's on that rooftop. Wasana and Get High have hit the floor, but Cougar is going to go down thanks to Moshi. So it's back to Jonah and Moshi, but it's up against 3 players, Jump, Zenzi, and the Bass. It's going to be very difficult. Not impossible, but if Jonah gets taken out, that might just be it here for Buriram. Another round going in favor of Twisted Minds. And yep, there goes Captain Jonah. And Moshi, yet again, all on his own.
Oh my goodness me. Moshi hasn't been super effective in this fight at all in this third game. Now all alone,
He has
Zenzi
struggled.
still has the advantage over him with his bird's eye view.
And it doesn't really matter what Moshi does, because if he hides behind a glue wall, there's a Riptide Rhythm ready for him. Zenzi wants to jump on top of him. The Bass wants to jump on top of him. Yeah, so there we go. Moshi taken out, and that's going to be another point for Twisted Minds. 4-3. And again, Buriram is going to be put into a position where they have to play catch up.
How are they going to fight through this one? Buriram United. Unbelievable. But this is exactly what Twisted Minds needs to do. Pile on the pressure. Throw the Bass out there. My God, this guy. So annoyingly effective. Confusing Buriram United and the front lines. Genai and Wasana this time splitting up. Not wanting to get caught in the mess that the Bass brings to them.
Yeah, but the only downside is that if Wasana gets picked up, he's not going to have any support. And look at this, Moshi already being gunned down by the Bass. He wants him so badly. And here comes the support. Get High though! Caught by Cougar, that's a huge one. Now jumping onto low ground. Moshi gonna hit the floor. The Bass gets caught too, but doesn't really matter. The sniper is gone. Jonah is down. It's just Wasana.
In a 1v3, can he pick up his captain? Zenzi right at the back. Wasana trying to finish him off, but he's just wasting Wasana's time. Zenzi throws out the Riptide Rhythm, breaking down the glue walls. Wasana does the 180, but Zenzi finds the finisher, and now series point for Twisted Minds.
Series point, match point, tournament life point, everything is do or die for Buriram United Esports. From here on out, any single loss will eliminate them from the tournament. Whereas for Twisted Minds, they've just got to win one more game and they get to stay in the tournament, and they would have knocked out Buriram from the entire tournament. Oh boy, it might be everything coming down to this round here, AJ. Round 9 out of 11. Let's see if Buriram can drag this to round 10.
How are they going to do this though? Wasana right in front this time around. Bass going in, finding the chase and finding the back of Wasana as well. Oh my Lord! The connection on to Get High, unexpected. Can he get a third? The Bass definitely deserves to be the MVP this time round. Gets the tag onto Jonah, turns around, finds Moshi.
Triple kill.
And that's game as Twisted Minds kicks Buriram United Esports out of Clash Squad.
And here we are, thinking that it was going to be Buriram to be able to take the set after some crazy matchups, but Twisted Minds, as a team, pull it through. And it was not a case of luck. It was all 100% skill, AJ. My goodness. But the Bass, this man, I feel like he ran this entire series with his entire team on his shoulders. He pulled off so many plays that essentially set the wins up for Twisted Minds. Going into the next matchup, anyone that's going to play up against Twisted Minds, if you don't target the Bass, you lose. Just
Bass
an observation.
is literally the best at this point of time in terms of unnerving his opponents. I mean, it didn't work out against Virtus Pro. The team looked so messy. The Bass was trying to do the exact same thing there. It did not work. Against Buriram, it worked perfectly. I mean, again and again. And not only was he the annoying distraction this time round, Danny, was also finding those frags. Those were some heavy hits he was delivering to the players on the side of Buriram. He deserves to be the MVP, no doubt at all. My God, truly instrumental. And of course, Zenzi just playing his role, just the better sniper. I mean, usually it's Moshi, but Zenzi definitely outclassed him this time round. And the target to pull the Iris away from Zenzi backfired big time because the Skylar was just so tough to deal with.
The Skylar was tough to deal with. I also feel like Buriram didn't give themselves a very easy game either, just because of the type of lineup that they went for, right? Like, they only really had Wasana that was going to really frontline for the team. We had Get High who played, was it Ignis? Yeah, so he played Ignis, but the issue with Ignis is that this character also really wants to play at range. It doesn't really have a lot of mobility to work with. You're really playing that character for the Flame Mirage. And I think it was just too much pressure on Wasana to start things for the team. And that Moshi, and even to a certain degree Jonah, they just really struggled to follow through because they had so few opportunities to really shine.
Okay.
And again, we have to mention the Cassie combo. I think if you go up against a Cassie +1, you can't just have one frontliner.
Yeah, but this one was just stolen away from the Bass. It was clearly the MVP there. 12 eliminations. This man was just rocking it. 2 assists in total. Not a lot on the assists because when he finds you, he's just nailing you down and, pretty instrumental in terms of dragging out the aggression of Buriram, irritating them enough to make them make a couple of mistakes out there as well. My goodness me, such an unexpected win for Twisted Minds here, not because they overpowered Buriram, but it's just because of the way they did it. And the Bass finally finds perfection in terms of playing that one annoying guy that successfully baited out. He rage baited all of the Buriram players so well.
Yeah, oh my gosh, incredible. I love how they also returned the 6-3 because they got 6-3 at the beginning of the round. So it's, just gave it back on a silver platter. You can have this back. Thank you, Buriram United Esports. But Twisted Minds, honestly, incredible plays by this team today. And they play, keep in mind too, they played 2 games back to back.
Millions of people invest in stocks and commodities. Thousands make a living at it, and only hundreds.
कहाँ पे ध्यान देगी मेरे भाई? तू अपने काम पे ध्यान दे ब्रो, ठीक है? अपने काम, साहिल भाई, तू अपने काम पे ध्यान दे भाई.
ये IAS अतीश
कौन है ये?
अरे छुपा होगा कोई. तुम एक काम करो ना, इन सबको हटा दो जो जिनको हटा दे रखा है.
ये